Hi everyone, this is Neil Toff from Callzilla. I am on a huge high just coming off of yesterday's ICMI chat as host. We had a great topic which was creating high performance culture. I had a blast. The session I thought was very well attended, and even though it's a chat, you don't get to interact with people directly in person, you can get a sense and perception of at least people's energy levels and level of engagement. And I thought in all the time we've been participating in this chat session, this is by far the most engaged that I felt people have been in. Would love to hear your feedback, but I had a great time, really. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be a host, great honor to have presided over a great chat, and especially during Customer Service Week. That's the other reason I'm feeling great. We're in the middle of Customer Service Week. What a great coincidence to have presided over that chat during this period of time. Great turnout yesterday. Erica Strother and Justin Robbins from the ICMI, Teresa Allen, Jeremy Watkins, Sean Hawkins, Kevin Hagebarth, Al Hopper, Leslie O, TCN, and Silver Lining. Great contributions from everyone, and again, great level of engagement. Some great ideas as well. What I thought was really cool was the fact that Erica brought up what was going on with Belkin. Actually, truthfully, I can admit now that I wasn't aware of what was going on with Belkin. Those of you who don't know, Belkin is a company that produces and manufactures routers. Apparently, they had a huge customer service problem yesterday. You can only imagine the number of people across the U.S. that probably use those routers. And apparently, they had a big customer service mess on their hands. Probably sounds like they might have placed the blame on internet service providers. Anyway, we can all imagine what probably went on at their customer service department, whether in-house or outsourced. I love being able to tie back Customer Service Week and customer service related topics to the real life, theory to reality. And I think when we can tie that in to what was happening yesterday, it makes for an even more lively and relevant discussion. So takeaways that I had from this topic, again, it was on creating high performance culture. I thought there were some great quotes. I'm just going to read them as they came out. The customer determines if you're a high performing culture. The customer determines if you're a high-performing call center. That's actually a fascinating quote from Sean Hawkins. It doesn't really matter what we as managers think or as owners or as operators. Really, ultimately, it's what the customer perceives and decides and whether they decide to buy from you or not, give you a high ranking or a high mark on customer satisfaction, whether they're going to say in the Net Promoter Score surveys whether they're in fact going to recommend or buy from you again. Ultimately, they have the last word and the last laugh. The buck stops with them. Another great quote from Kevin Hagebarth. Enlist agents in developing metrics and rewards, end quote, when asked about how to develop incentive and reward programs to keep agents involved. Let them have a say in what they're going to be evaluated and judged on. Maybe some people would take it as the prisoners running the prison. I probably would admit that I used to think that as well, but actually the more that the agents and frontline employees can have a say and influence, the better the ultimate result will probably be. Another great quote from Justin Robbins. People be cray-cray. Justin, great quote. I think don't need to explain that further. It speaks of, on its own. Another great concept, ICMI cards. If you haven't checked out the link on the ICMI website, send these to your employees. They're e-cards that say thank you for good customer service and recognition to your employees. Love them. As Jeremy Watkins said, hashtag mind blown when he saw that those cards existed. I didn't know they existed. I've already used them in a couple instances. They're awesome. Hashtag mind blown. Another great quote from Silver Lining. I've missed the power hour of insight. I take that as a compliment. That was in reference to this chat. We were called a power hour of insight. Thank you, Silver Lining. And then Kevin Hagebarth again had a great quote in talking about maybe how to create a high-performance culture and get your agents involved and making the customer experience from the beginning feel like it's going to be a productive one. And he said, quote, the opening script that a customer service representative should offer is, quote, my name is so-and-so, and I'm here to serve you. I like it, setting expectations. Maybe some pluses and minuses, pros and cons to it. Overall, I like it. Helps to set expectations. Erica Strother responded back, show, don't tell. I like that too. Maybe words are just words, but actions speak louder than words. Show, comma, don't tell. Love that one. And then I had another one to end that out when talking about what do you do with low-performing agents. And we threw out the example of what Zappos maybe does in some cases, which is ultimately decide to either pay poor performing agents to leave or just simply fire them. It's not an ideal scenario by any means, but sometimes you have to quote unquote pay not to play. Let them go. Whether you compensate them not to just to discontinue working there or fire them, it's an unfortunate situation, but sometimes you have to cut and run. There's only so much training and incentive and recognition that you can do, and if you've checked the boxes and really made the best effort to train and engage your employees, and sometimes when they don't work, you have to pay to not to play and show them the door, unfortunately. Those of us who work in an outsourced call center environment, which is what my company does, we don't always have the luxury of time, and we are beholden to what our clients ask for and demand of us, and sometimes we don't have that luxury to keep employees on longer than sometimes is necessary. As much as you'd like to, and as much as you sort of develop a special appreciation of certain employees, regardless, sometimes you just ultimately have to let them go, and that sometimes goes against the spirit of what we talk about on this call, but I think it is a reality. I'd love to know everyone's feedback. One thing I think was really cool, Sean Hawkins left us a little bit early. He went to go play in some Customer Service Week games, and then I saw his posting on LinkedIn today, the next day. He's apparently cooking for his employees. I think that's awesome. Great. No way better than to be personally involved and show how important your employees are. In that spirit, I wanted to wrap this up with just a couple quick notes. This video and some of the things that we do on Twitter are always courtesy of a group that we work closely with called Echo Gravity. I wanted to send out a special thank you and shout out to Lisa Woods and Brian Jameson from Echo Gravity. They've been huge allies for me in helping get this video and our participation in the chat out. Thank you both to Lisa and Brian. Highly recommend Echo Gravity if anyone is looking for a digital marketing firm. Check them out, Echo Gravity. I think on Twitter you can find them at hashtag #EchoGravity. They're on LinkedIn. They're on the web. I probably believe it's www.echogravity.com. And thank you once again to everyone. Remember, hashtag ICMI chat. This is a weekly occurrence. I hope I can have a repeat showing of as host. I had a great time. Thanks to everyone for their engagement and participation. Would love any and all feedback. My personal Twitter handle is hashtag Neil Toff, NEALTOPF. That's hashtag Neil Toff. Look forward to seeing everyone next week at the ICMI chat. Hashtag ICMI chat. Thanks, everyone. Take care.